Do you ever notice how sometimes politicians or public officials, they suddenly come into possession of unexplained wealth? They own luxury houses, expensive cars, or large financial holdings that far exceed their salaries. So, does it make you wonder, where did all the money come from? Here are some red flags that we should be aware of when it comes to this. Number 1, disproportionate lifestyle. This is when individuals, they have ownership of luxury items such as jewelry, high-end cars, or lavish properties that should be way out of their pay grade. Number 2, unexplained assets. Another sign is when public officials, they possess unexplained assets such as they own massive shares in companies or they being involved in huge investments with values that exceed their officials' income. In most cases, such a sudden increase in wealth, they rarely comes from a legitimate income. The public officials' salary aren't usually invariable. Although public officials, they may have businesses or other investments, but these should be transparent and proportionate to their declared earnings. There are some few methods for public officials and elected representatives for them to accumulate such a disparity in wealth through illicit means. Number 1, bribery and kickbacks. The most basic form of corruption is bribery. Public officials accept bribes in exchange of awarding contracts, passing favorable legislation, or overlooking wrongdoing. Kickbacks can also occur when funds inflated from contracts are funneled to an official as a reward for helping secure contracts. Number 2, embezzlement of public funds. Embezzlement happens when the public officials, they siphon funds entrusted to them into their personal accounts. Number 3, cronyism and nepotism. So instead of direct theft, public officials, they usually route public resources and opportunities to close circles of families, friends or allies, indirectly enriching themselves. Number 4, insider influence. Officials could exploit restricted information to accumulate wealth or sell that information in exchange for bribes or other benefits. So here's an example. The newly appointed housing minister, who was elected from your constituency, begins showing visible signs of wealth shortly after being voted into office. Within 12 months, you see him driving around in luxury cars, while his children, they post travel photos indicating lavish holidays overseas on social media. At the same time, his ministry approves radical urban redevelopment policies that heavily favors developers. You notice how the low-cost public flat in your neighborhood is bought over by a massive development company, with residents forced to accept cut price compensation payments or risk being left homeless. We can see that the newly appointed minister is showcasing his immense wealth despite being newly elected. The disparity between his extreme wealth and his policy favoring developers could signal the corruption has affected his decision-making abilities. This matters because oftentimes public officials and elected representatives' sudden increase in wealth is the result of directly diverting public funds for individual gains. Within the confines of this context, wealth and assets accumulated by officials originate from bribery, embezzlement, and other forms of corruption. As a result, public services will inevitably suffer as those responsible for it would rather prioritize themselves over the public.